hi, happy Monday. We made it to another week. Oh, how exciting. So today I am working on my ribbons and rhymes kit. And what I am working on is the labels. So I remembered that I have so much material from the 1950s, newspapers and magazines and all kinds of stuff. So what I did was I took the newspapers and took all the ads out, put them together, and I am turning them into label sheets. There will be many label sheets. I have 20 pages like this. So this is all Canadian ads. All from the prairies, all from southern Manitoba, southern western Manitoba, and eastern Saskatchewan. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see what was going on. The timeline is correct. Everything is correct. So that's what I'm doing today. Yeah, let me show you how I do this. Hi everyone. My name is Mary Lou, and this is Create Junk Journals with Mary Lou. So today I am going to make labels, little snippet labels that I can put in my projects. You will see them in my kits. You will see full label kits. You will see all kinds of stuff coming out in the future. There is nothing happening at the moment. I am creating so that I have things to put out for freebies and kits and stuff like that. So what I've done is I have printed off some of the material that I have available to me, and I have grabbed my stamps that will make labels. They're outlining stamps. They will make labels. They make frames. So I have a collection here. I've done a video like this before a long time ago, and that was one of my very first videos that I did. So I want to recreate and show you how I do it, and probably have a proper video and not one that is from within my first couple of weeks. So some pieces here I will be able to use completely. Some pieces I will use little bits and snippets. So for example, right here, it says New Pfaff Sewing Miracle. Well, I can go like this and have a beautiful little image that I will zoom you in. There. Now you can see what I see. So I have a beautiful little image right there that will look fantastic when I put it on a label sheet, and then I can put it on different projects. So that is what I am going to do. I am picking out little bits and pieces, and then I fussy cut around them. This is not an easy process. It's not a quick process either. So I just have to make sure that what I am doing is straight. So right there, once I cut around this, it is a perfect little image. Same with the sewing machine here, and then it says dial a stitch. If I can get that piece out of it, that would be wonderful. Let me see. No, that's not wide enough. So it's sometimes really a question of finding the right stamp to frame the image. This one is too big, and then they all end up on my on my glass mat, which is fine. That works. What do I have here? That's this one, but that one was too big. This one would work, but then I have a lot of white space, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Let's do it like that. Let's do that, because I don't know how else to get it. I'm just using plain black archival ink, nothing special to it. There, beautiful. So this piece right here, I can just print that or cut that out completely. So what I want to do is I'm just going to frame it. So I'm grabbing my black gel pen and a ruler, and then I'm just framing it just like that. Right there. There, and then I can go from one to the other. And this way, when I'm fussy cutting, I know exactly what I was seeing when I was working on this. So this is not going to be a very long video. One, I am not going to show you how I fussy cut. That is, to me, probably the most boring video besides watching paint dry. There. Do I have anything else? No, I think that is, I think I want to cut this piece out of here as well. Right there. That's one. So I have a whole bunch of these sheets here, and that is how I go through it. Just one by one, picking and choosing what I think would make an interesting label. So for example, wanted, men, women everywhere who have a story to tell. Well, that makes a label, doesn't it? So I am just framing it. There, done. This, Dolls of Many Nations, is a label. You too can earn an art. Well, that one I am going to frame with a stamp again. But I need a bigger one than this one. So I have a lot of fun with this, but it is tedious because trying to find the right size stamp is not always the easiest thing. Will this one work? I think this one will work. There we go. This little piece I want as well. Will this work? No, not big enough, or not wide enough. This one is a little wider, and that's perfect. There. It really is simple, but it's a lot of work. This I'm going to completely cut apart. That's all things. Basket of books right here. I do want to make sure that I stay away from this piece right here. This one is perfect for it, I think. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut out this little piece so that I have it already, and then I can't accidentally stamp on it. Of course, I can reprint it out, but who wants to do that? There. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just lay this right here. There. And that will protect what's underneath. And then let's see if I can make this work. I still think this might be just too big as well. But I can also, I just really like how that would look. And what I can do is I can just make it smaller after I stamp it. Where's my stamp block? Right there. There. So now what I can do is I can just make little lines right here. Where did I put the ruler? Right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line up the corners right there, like that. My ruler is sticking to my stamps. Just like that. And I have now created a different kind of stamp even. Oops. It's okay. What I can do is just color this in black. The nice thing is when you're working with stamps, you can do with it whatever you want. You can make them in different colors, and like it just depends on what you're doing. If you're just creating for just yourself and you're not creating a kit with them, why would you go to all the trouble to rescan them? You're just cutting and picking up, like you're just printing them and being done with it. And it doesn't make it any less work though. Let me tell you, because I've done that before as well. This, I know I am just going to cut most of it out and then I'll frame it later. So then I get to the ads. Oops, sorry. And like I have a Zellers logo. Now I just need to make sure that my stamp is going to be big enough to fit around it. And it is not. I need one wide enough to pick it up. Is this one wide enough? I think it might be. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. I need my bigger stamp block even for that one. And then I'm lining it up right between the phone number and the address. Oops, right there. It's not perfect because I didn't put enough ink on it, but I can make that work later. Same right here. Would I need the same stamp? No, I need one that's even bigger than that. For Odeon and Garrick. So that was a movie theater. No, not big enough. So I may just cut this out just like that. And that's how I go through this whole pack of papers, bit by bit by bit. It is tedious and it's annoying. But what comes out of it and what comes after is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to continue doing this, and then I will show you what I have come up with. All right, so this is what I have ended up with. A big pile of little snippets that I now need to do the next step with. I'm just finding all the little bits and pieces. I'm just going to put all the stamps aside. I will put them away after. There we go. All the ones that I have right here. I have made a huge mess while you weren't watching. And some fussy cuts. All right. So this is what I have. A whole pile of stuff. And I've grabbed some grit paper so that I can put these on here. So all I'm going to do now is stick, cut and paste. Like, this is really a cut and paste kind of thing. So I'm just going to make sure that they're on here straight. And this glue is empty, so that's not going to work very well. Are all my glues empty? No, this is a new one. I'll put that up a little bit higher there. So then I'm just, and I'm going to cover the holes in the paper as well. So it's still straight, but it's now covering holes. So that's kind of where I start, so that I know I'm not going to end up with holes in my sheet. So that is really all that I do. It is not overly complicated. It is extremely tedious. And you know, you have to have all the right, you have to find the right tools, I guess, in newspapers and magazines. And because I am working with the 50s, I was very lucky that I located a whole bunch of ephemera from the 50s that I can process in this manner. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I know it is not a very long one, but you know what? I think I still showed you exactly what it is, how it is that I create my labels. If you're curious to see how I create other bits and pieces for my kits, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. There is lots of hints and little tricks that I am sharing. And of course, there's the kits themselves that I also work with. So like once I have the label sheet completed, I am going to scan it, print it, and I can print it 2 to a page, 4 to a page, whatever I want to do. These are pretty small already. So if I'm going to go 4 to a page, they're going to be very small. So I may not do that, but I can go a little bit smaller on some of them and go to 2 at a page. And then I have cute little labels that you've seen me work with. And I have created them myself. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and I will see you on Wednesday.